What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, here to report on an interesting developing situation with a YouTuber that is viewed as extraordinarily family friendly, that receives, I don't know, billions of views every single month. And there's a bit of a issue going on with, well, exactly what happens to almost all family friendly creators that generate content for the young ones is they get woke. They decide, hey, we need to get some sort of corporate money. I don't really know what's going on here, but this is a channel that produces content exclusively for people between 3 and 5, roughly. You can see the videos range from, hop little bunnies, hop, 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 and more. Nursery rhymes. Learn with Miss Rachel phonics song. Learn to read. By the way, just so we're clear, I just want to point out, as it's extraordinarily humbling as this is, this single video has 86 million views. This video is 80 million views. This channel averages sometimes 100 to 200 million views. These are videos that are, purposely fed to the YouTube Kids app as pre-screened. And, as far as the content of the individual videos, yes, it's very diverse and very inclusive and things of that nature. Same kind of stuff you would see from PBS or Sesame Street these days. But there's interesting stuff going on behind the scenes where the creator of this channel, who goes by the name Miss Rachel or Miss Rachel for Littles or something like that, is being canceled over a weird commitment to not just bringing individuals like Dylan Mulvaney onto their channel, but other stuff. You see Matt Walsh fires back after Miss Rachel posts Pride Month video. She doesn't want your business. Daily Wire host Matt Walsh offered a strong message to conservative parents Saturday after a popular YouTuber posted a Pride Month video in which they made it clear that promoting LGBT agenda is more important than keeping her conservative values. See, she was supposedly a conservative creator. Many of the times I saw their videos, they were quoting scripture and this, that, and the other thing. Well, to me, as a training wheels Christian these days, I think that kind of the LGBTQ community and traditional Christian values are incompatible. I am not a fire and brimstone guy. I'm still kind of like, hey, love is love. As long as it's between two adults, everything's fine. That said, a lot of parents tune into this channel because they thought, hey, it's a Christian, kids show. Like, for example, like the Daily Wire provides. Unfortunately, happy Pride Month to all of our wonderful... Here's the video.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing...
She's literally saying, hey, if you don't... She already knows that people are going to be like, hey, why are you publishing a happy Pride video on your channel for, toddlers, and also you're a Christian comedian, Christian like family show. I'm not exactly sure why you think that your viewers want this. Are the little ones that are watching these Twitter videos, stuff like that, who's your target audience for this stuff, by the way,
fame or views, I'm standing strong in love.
She's standing strong in love on TikTok. You can see this. Matt Walsh writes, Miss Rachel is an extremely popular YouTuber who makes content for babies and toddlers. She just posted a video celebrating Pride Month. This is a message to conservative parents. She doesn't want your business, and you should respond accordingly. Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring responded to Matt Walsh's post by noting that more and more kids content creators like Miss Rachel are abandoning conservative audiences, embracing the LGBT agenda. We know millions of parents feel betrayed by beloved children's shows and stars like Miss Rachel, and this is sure to be only the first of many disappointments for parents over the next 30 days. But that's why we created Bent Key. Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity to shill for them. I don't hold that against them, just good business. Miss Rachel's built a career on a massive audience, making a range of educational videos for young ones and even babies, including baby learning and baby's first words. Jules Hoffman, a frequent collaborator with Miss Rachel, received backlash last year over her request that others refer to her with the pronouns they and them. Miss Rachel went on to take a mental health break over the ordeal, citing, quote, hurtful videos and comments from those who disagreed with the use of they, them pronouns. Welcome to our new commenting experience. We're happy to bring you more community benefits than had before. We understand this change may disrupt your routine as we're striving for a smooth transition. Oh, this is actually their site. Yeah. Then you see she has now responded. Update, Miss Rachel responds to backlash over teaching LGBT pride to kids by claiming it's what Jesus would have wanted.
I've shared prayers on here before and said, God bless. And that's because my faith is really important to me. And it's also one reason why I love every neighbor. In Matthew 22, a religious teacher asked Jesus, what's the most important commandment? And Jesus says to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. There's no greater commandments than these. I believe it's mentioned 8 times, love your neighbor. So yes, everyone belongs, everyone's welcome, everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It doesn't say love every neighbor except. There are so many reasons I stand strong in love.
Why is this, it's so weird. Like the church has definitely gotten woke. In particular, like a lot of the non-denominational churches, you see pride flags hanging outside of churches. It's very odd to see.
I stand with everyone. That's who I am. And the love back and the God bless if you disagree is genuine.
Now, by the way, she's totally entitled to say this. To her credit, I'll say she's not exactly pretending that she's surprised or shocked. And people are obviously responding. Which part of the Bible says to put children on puberty blockers? Posobiec writes, that must be somewhere in the back. Where in the Bible does it say about those who would lead child astray? Wall Street Silver, is she mentally unstable? Where in the Bible does it say this nonsense? I would say you have obviously a Mr. Rogers clip.
Boys are boys from the beginning.
Uh-oh.
If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady.
Oh, no! Cancel him! Cancel him! This is a part of kind of the corporate nonsense. This is an individual who also invited Dylan Mulvaney. You see Miss Rachel. Sometime when you're in New York City, you should be on our show, Songs for Littles. We love you and your singing. I mean, I do tend to try and be a little like, old me would have said, really tried to give the benefit of the doubt in a lot of these scenarios. Like, look, if there's an individual on a show who happens to be an LGBTQ community, I don't think there's an inherent problem with that. I still don't think that. But I do find it curious that they're trying to use the Bible to justify that, which is insanity, obviously. You can see on the most recent episode that this individual updated, there now is 131,000 dislikes. They have comments disabled because their content is for kids, which is, part of the COPPA rule. They didn't disable comments. If you go back to their last episode from a month ago, let's see, 59,000 dislikes. This is a content creator that is wildly popular. Obviously serves a youth audience of toddlers and babies. And I guess it's more important to them that they get some sort of ESG payments or, something of that nature. The short form content, obviously on TikTok, things of that nature. Very curious. Also, when you look at Miss Monica, who's on her show, also has 1 million subscribers, right? This is an individual who creates also similar young person content. When we look into it, viral kids creator Miss Rachel brushes off conservative backlash towards Pride Month post. The social media creator told NBC News that she believes there should be less division and more dialogue. Okay, I don't disagree with that. Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends, she wrote to her 10 million subscribers on YouTube and 2.1 million on Instagram. The post, which garnered more than 120,000 likes on Instagram and 400,000 on TikTok, became immediate fodder for anti-LGBTQ culture war, which has infiltrated classrooms. I don't want LGBTQ crap in the classroom, period. I'm not anti-LGBTQ. I just don't want it in the kids' classroom. I want them to learn how to be better at math. I want them to learn automation. I want them to learn how to balance a checkbook. I want them to learn all sorts of important tasks. I want them to learn about AI. They don't need to learn about this crap. Right-wing circles in recent years have pushed anti-LGBT narratives. A slew of right-wing features blasted a Caruso online and used their platforms to encourage parents to bar the children from watching the content. Daily Wire host, who describes himself as a social media bio as a theocratic fascist, pointed it out. Well, I mean, look, you want to pander, that's okay. I think I've obviously seen way worse. I've seen way worse than just a simple pride post. If it infiltrates the kids programming like we saw on Cartoon Network and Disney and all these things, you know, I'd have more of an issue with it. But hey, parents are sick of it. They're fed up. They don't want to deal with this crap. There's plenty of other, content that can babysit their kids. So I'm not surprised. I'm genuinely not surprised that parents have said, you know what, I'm out, player. Like, I'm just out on this. I don't want to support your content. And they have every right to do that. And you don't get to label them anti-LGBTQ or any of that crap. New kids YouTuber Miss Rachel's trans sidekick performs at Chicago Pride event targeting kids. That was yesterday. So you want to go, I mean, many people believe that that there's some level of targeting going on here to youth. And, there are people that say things like they can't reproduce, they recruit. You see this? Matt Walsh pointing out, a day after Miss Rachel told her audience she didn't care if they opposed her pride post, her sidekick, a they-them named Jules, performed at the Queer Fam Pride Jam, an event advertised as family-friendly. It wasn't. I can't show some of the picture. Here's obviously Jules, who identifies as white, non-binary, trans, mask human, claims that as a two-year-old, she realized something wasn't right. And at 12, a teacher exposed her to gender ideology. Following a performance of song about crabs, caterpillars, and butterflies, the children were subjected to a grown man in a skin-tight leopard print onesie with heels shaking his body around while they collected a dollar bill from a small child. The children were then trained in the gay, quote, Vogue dance style by a grown man, learning to strut and shimmy. You see a lot of babies here, a lot of kids, a lot of very young kids. I totally understand why parents don't want a part of this, and I support them in their decision. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.